welcome to the gambling parlor here on Dead Money Sports. It's the Week 16 Circa Lines release show and Thursday Night Football watch party, and we've got a great game tonight. It's the 11-3 Los Angeles Rams taking on the 11-3 Seattle Seahawks. What a matchup, and we've already got the kickoff. Rams got the ball to start the game, and they're sitting at 3rd and 1 now, just inside their own 40. I have Kyron Williams, anytime touchdown scorer and first touchdown scorer, and I also have A.J. Barner. Oh, incomplete. I have A.J. Barner, anytime touchdown scorer and first touchdown scorer. So I got one from each team. But the Rams miss an opportunity on 3rd and 1 there. They had an open Puka Nacua on the slant, and Stafford just threw it out of his reach. They're gonna line up for 4th and 1 at least on their own 40-ish yard line. So McVay, I mean, the strength of this Seattle defense has been their defensive line. So he's gonna run it, and they're gonna get it. Bold strategy, bold strategy. But what a game! What a game! Now this one did not make the card. Did not make the Circa card. Although I did like the Rams. I still like the Rams. I liked it originally. It was a pick 'em. The line actually moved to Rams plus 1.5. But in the contest, I believe it's... Oh, let me see. We got it here. It is, yeah, it was Rams plus 1.5, so I like that. I would have took the money line, though. I mean, I'm not going to take a 1.5. I'm just going to take the money line. Like I always say, if I think a team's going to win, I think they're going to cover, and that includes underdogs. So if I think an underdog's going to win, you know, then I'll at least have something on the money line. All right, so 2nd and 3 now. Rams moving the ball. Another run to Kyron, another first down. So who's everybody got out there this week? Rams or Seahawks? This is a big game. There's a lot of people talking about how they're, you know, if the Seahawks win, then it opens up the door for both Seattle and San Francisco to potentially win the AFC or the NFC West and the #1 spot in the NFC with the first round bye. Stafford up with a little pump fake, and he takes off and gets positive yardage on first down. All right. I mean, I like the Prime Vision, but I mean the all 22 shot, I guess, is, you know, is that what they're gonna do the whole time? All right, another 3rd down, 3rd and 4. I love it. 2 to 6 yards. It's a toss-up to go for it on 4th down. Did he get it? You're not going to give him the forward progress? That's pretty tough. So last week, week 15, was not a great week for us in the Circa contest. Went 2-3 again. That's 4 consecutive 2-3s, man. If I was just unable to put one win more on each week, we'd have 44 points. We'd be sitting just outside the top 100. Did he get it? I don't think he got it. I don't think he got it. Mm. Bold strategy here. Virtual measurement. They didn't get it. Mm. I don't think so. No. Short by a foot and 3 inches. I don't know. I mean, I understand that it's a human being spotting the ball, and then they use the computer to measure it from where the 10 yards start to where the 10 yards are, so where it should be another first down, avoiding having to pull the chains all the way out to the middle of the field. I don't know how. I understand it's a human being that's spotting the ball, and they're just using that to measure the actual 10 yards or a first down marker, whatever. But at some point, I feel like there could be manipulation with that system. That's the only thing that bothers me about it. Not that I don't trust it now. Because if history has taught us anything, it's that when it comes to this computer software, the computer software developers always put in some kind of a backdoor override, manipulation access that's only used in supposed to be only used in extreme situations, but we've seen those types of accesses abused before. Remember Poker Stars, the super user? If you're familiar with poker at all, and the Poker Star super user allowed the administrator with the access to be able to see the other person's cards, and the guy was using it to win in big stakes, high stakes poker. There's AJ Barner. running it. Charbonnet. Damn it. Great start for everybody back in the Seahawks. Tough first touchdown score as it was Charbonnet. So now we're going to need Barner just to score at some point in the game to make up for that, and Kyron Williams to score at some point in the game to make up for that. Tough. But also, we've got some updates from last week. As I mentioned, we went 2-3 in the Millions contest, but Circa Survivor, there was 10 entries remaining in week 15, all 10 advanced. Now we do have a look at the remaining teams that these entries have available to them. Gives us a little bit of understanding of who's going to be the more popular team this week. Some people are calling for, I believe, who was the popular team this week they were talking about? San Francisco against Indy, I believe, was a popular pick. And Philadelphia, if they're available to them, I believe is going to be also be a popular side. But we haven't heard anything about a chop yet. Nobody's been bringing it up. They're still fighting to get it down below 10 entries. I mean, it's got to be nerve-wracking at this point because every week, you know, you're getting that much closer. I mean, like you said, the implied value of each entry is 1.8, almost $1.9 million a piece. As there's 10 entries, the prize pool is $18.6 million. There was 18,600 entries in this contest. We are in week 15, and now we're in week 16. There's only 10 remaining entries. Here we go. Little bootleg pass to Nakua. Somebody had posted that he was sitting out the first series because he was showing up not ready to practice or whatever, I guess, from partying the nights before. I hope not. I hope he's not falling into that LA trap. His brother just got arrested for, they called it car theft. They said it was taking the car without permission. So it was like somebody that they knew's car and they took it. Not like a carjacking where you like rolled up on somebody they didn't know and stole their car or stole a car that was just parked outside somewhere. They knew the person, they just didn't have permission to take it. So whether or not that'll go from there, who knows? But like, what's going on with these guys? They're falling into the L.A. trap. Don't do it. I always called L.A. the jungle because it's a beautiful place, but damn, is it dangerous. Oh, nice pass. Davis Allen running that 12 personnel, and then they motioned out the tight ends from inside to outside receivers. That was an interesting shift there. Yeah, they got lost. He got lost. He just got behind the linebacker, and nobody was out there covering the deep part of the field, right in that zone. Stafford just playing like an MVP. Maybe he'll finally get one. Add it to his resume. He's got a Super Bowl now, so I mean, you already know he's pretty much a Hall of Famer anyway, but pretty much first ballot if he wins an MVP. You can't jump on the pile like that, 13. Throw the flag. You're not supposed to be able to do that. I mean, who do you take? You got Carolina, Atlanta over Arizona. Houston. If you got Houston available to you as a 14-point home favorite against Vegas, that looks like a slam dunk. Another bootleg, and he dropped it. Oh, they were throwing ran the bootleg screen to the tight end, and he drops it. Tough. But yeah, this Survivor contest, man, it's just amazing that to have that many entries at 18,600 plus, and to be down to 10 entries already. Like, man, you would have thought there'd at least be like a couple hundred, at this point with this many weeks left remaining. Because remember, you still have the double Christmas. You've got the Christmas holiday, which is the 3 games and the Saturday, and then you've got Sunday, Monday, where you've got to pick another team. So you throw in an extra week there. Yeah, we're in week 16, but I believe there's 5 weeks left in the actual Circa contest. So you gotta know the schedule. Houston plays on Christmas, I want to say. Let me double check this. They're gonna kick a field. No, they're gonna go for it on 4th and 5. And Nakua with a great Nakua with a great contested catch. They might have even called pass interference, but wow. Hell of a catch. Yeah, so Houston plays on Saturday. Klein first down. You've got and the Chargers, but I would take Houston there. That's a tough game though. Not the easiest of handicaps to choose from on this one. Green Bay and Baltimore on Saturday, but then you've got to pick the games on Sunday, Monday too. Another team on Sunday, Monday, so tough. All right, so they got the first down. The Rams they're playing aggressively. I'll give them that. And they had like plane trouble where they got out of LA late. I mean, the same shit happened to them when they went to London though, and they kicked the shit out of whoever it was they played. He like landed that day, won the game, and then flew back home. Stafford, got it to Mumford. Or Mumpfield. Down to the 5-yard line. Bringing in the guys off the practice squad, making a difference here. But they got 12 personnel and the 2 tight ends on one side. Yeah, he just clears them out, and he's just running right underneath. Boom. Wide open. Yeah, they really sold out on the tight ends. All right, come on. Now Corum's in the game, so we're not even going to get a handoff to our guy Williams. And Corum gets stopped, no gain really. Kicking field goals is not an option because at this point in the game, you can't give up. You can't surrender 4 points to your opponent with a defense like Seattle has. All right, Nakua in motion. Hand it off to Corum again, and he is stopped for no gain. I mean, you might even have lost a yard. You're running into the strength of this Seattle defense. Now they're going to bring in Kyron Williams on third down, looks like. Maybe we'll get a screen pass or some kind of play with the back out of the backfield pass. They're going 5 wide. Ooh, Nakua caught it, but he's short of the goal line by about a yard. Is he all right? He's not all right. Puka Nakua just got concussed, it looks like. Oh, somebody's down for the Rams offensive line. Nakua looked hurt too, though. I wonder if the independent neurologist is going to make him come out of the game for a evaluation because he was slow to get up. He didn't reach to his head or anything, but maybe he got the wind knocked out of him. But he's about a half a yard shy of the goal line. We have an injured Ram. Injured Ram. Timeout. So it's 4th down at the half a yard line. You got to go for it. I mean, if anything, you don't get it, you leave them on the half a yard line. They got to go 99 and a half yards to score another touchdown. But they lost their guard, Dotson. Just got to watch that pressure. And they got stuffed. Oh, he threw it. Did he catch it? There's a penalty on somebody. Uh-oh. So they got the touch. They would have had a touchdown, but they got a penalty on a legal man downfield on a guy that just came in. Now they're going to line up for the field goal, and they're going to end up losing this game. That was a catch. So it would have been a touchdown, but instead they get the penalty on the lineman that just entered the game on that play, and now they got to settle for a field goal try. Surrendered 4 points. God damn, that boy thick. They got an athlete in their kicker. All right, 7-3. All right, now all of a sudden you start thinking in your mind that 1.5 points might actually come in handy. I don't understand how some of these celebrities get these endorsement deals. Like, why is Billy Bob Thornton trying to sell me a cell phone service? Why is Peter Davidson trying to sell me Amazon Alexa devices? Like, I don't understand how these people get commercials.
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
I know. An appropriate response. All right, so here comes Seattle. Their second possession. Nice stand by the Rams. They stopped them on 2nd and 1 and 3rd and 1. And Seattle bringing out the punt team. I do like these helmets, though. I do like Seattle's helmets. I think it's a cool paint job. that chameleon paint job where it changes from green to purple and whatnot in the light. So 4th and 1, they are going to punt, or at least bring out the punt team on their own 44-yard line. This is the mentality of a defensive-minded head coach. All right, still 7-3 Seattle in the first quarter. We haven't gotten to the second quarter yet. I don't expect either of these teams to be in the Circa selections coming up. I don't even think anyone has them available. Now the millions contest. I mean, the only way we're going to make the money is going 15-0 at this point. I've accepted the fate that when all hope is lost, all that's left is relief. 4 consecutive 2 and 3 weeks, just completely doomed my entry for this year. It's my own fault. But like when you have that game with the Broncos, when they were, they should have won that and covered, and they don't because of a penalty. Last week I had Detroit +6, they lose by 7. It's it's that simple. One of those games, 2 of those games, they go the opposite direction, and you're fighting for a paid position. But as it stands right now, I mean, we're still 5 games. I'm still 5 games above 500. I'm 40-35. I've gone 15-0 before. That's how I got that check right there. So there is a possibility, but even if I were to go 15-0, I would be at the back half of the pay positions, like 50 and below. So it would only be a few thousand, but it'd be better than nothing. But it starts this week. But CoinHop is still leading with 53 points. And then you've got Sean's Dolphin, Bruiser, 1226. You've got Wink, who moved up after a strong week. Wink went 4-1. Sean's Dolphin went 5-0 last week to move them up to right behind the number 1 spot. Potato Commish, somebody that I follow on X and follows Dead Money Sports. Appreciate the follow, by the way. Tough week. Went 2-3. Still right there, though. I mean, it's still anyone's game with 3 weeks to go. And then friend of the show, Scrim67, with a great 4-1 week, sitting in right up there in the top 10 with 3 weeks to go. Now they actually have you can buy a percentage of their entry right now on Survivor Sweat. Oh, there goes Nakua with the big gain. Crosser over the middle, and they are down to the Seahawks 30-yard line already. That was fast. They flipped the field on that one. One play flips the field from their own 10 down to the Seattle 30. I mean, just a basic route. He just goes to the middle of the field. Nobody's covering the middle of the field. And as soon as he gets the ball in his hands, I mean, he's a monster. They go back to the run for some short gain. But yeah, so Scrim67 has you can buy a portion of his entry on Survivor Sweat if you're interested in that. With 3 weeks to go, I mean, they're in the top 10 right now, so it could be a first place prize, could be $1 million, could get a percentage of that million. He won part of the first quarter prize, though. It was like $60-something thousand. So it was like over $60K. I'm not exactly sure why they're offering up a portion of this entry, because they're free rolling at this point. after winning the quarterly prize. You've already locked in a win. I would just play it out. But I guess they just want to see how it all works, see what the offers are. I don't know exactly what percentage they're selling, but there is some of their entry available on Survivor Swap or Survivor Swap. But yeah, Money Guns 3-2 last week. A couple of these people dropped down a little bit. Some of them moved up. And Steve Fezzik, uh, he's on VSIN all the time. He's a Vegas guy. He's won in these contests before. A smart guy, real mathlete type. You know what I mean? That's really he understands the mathematical side of sports betting, and has had success in these contests before. I believe I don't know if he won. I think he won the Super Contest. I know he's done really well in these contests over his career as a sports gambler, and he's on Bet USA on YouTube. They do their show each week. But he went 5-0 last week and is sitting in like 20th position right now. So I'd really like to see him do well. Obviously, the group over at the collective over at Gridiron Gamble, another contest related podcast and show on YouTube. Gridiron Gamble, tough week. They went 2-3. They're still just outside the top 100. So as long as they need a 4-1 or a 5-0 this week to really get them back in the fight, to at least crack the top 50 in paid positions, but they've still got a good shot. I mean, I'm sitting at 40 points. They're at 43.5. So 42.5, 43.5. Is that? Oh, he had Nakua on the wheel route and just overthrew him. Oh, he had him wide open. And just overthrew him by a couple of feet. Damn. Or a little stutter and go. Nakua had him and just out of his reach. And Stafford normally puts the touch on that one. That's tough. Now it's 3rd and 8. Now it's raining in Seattle too. Got him that time though. Whittingham with the first down. There's another group. There are two guys. It's Woodard and Wawa. They're part of the Wager Talk television crew. They've also got their show that's contest based on the Circa contest. They also had a tough week last week. I believe they went 2-3. So they're tied with us at 40 points right now. So yeah, really, yeah. Gridiron Gamble's they're at 43.5. So they're in about 200th place. We're in 800th place. I mean, it's out of 5,600 people, so we're still like doing better than 80 something percent of the contest. But yeah, not great the last 4 weeks, going 2-3 each week. Just tough way to finish. And now the Circa lines for this week are up. And as I stated earlier, the Rams and the Seahawks are obviously playing right now. Rams were plus 1.5. I liked the Rams when it was a pick 'em, but I couldn't play them in the contest because I would have had to submit all five, and that screwed me last week, even though we got the win with Atlanta. Ugh. Fourth down now. Are they going to go for it again? It looks like it. Rams can get a first down without a touchdown here. Play clock went down to 0. So they take the delay of game penalty. They don't go for it on 4th and 2. Probability said they had a 51% probability of converting. But they're going to bring out the kicker again. Again, that 1.5 points is starting to factor into everything now. 2 field goals if they make this. All of a sudden that 1.5 points starts playing into the outcome of this game a little. And it's good. So they're actually winning now by 0.5 point. All right, I'm done stuffing my face. I've eaten half a pizza. But we've got some great, great games coming up in week 16. Starting with this one right now in Seattle, as it's a 1 point game, and this has all the hallmarks of a playoff game essentially for these two teams. Now it's raining. Then Saturday, big game between the Packers and the Bears, and that's a pick 'em. Injuries on both sides of that game, so I think the Packers are the right side now. I originally liked the Bears, but the more the injuries for Chicago have manifested over the week, I know losing Micah Parsons Obviously, that's a blow to the Packers defense. They lost Wyatt, their other lineman, but I believe their defense is still pretty good. Chicago's offense could be limited with the amount of injuries they have. If Swift is also out because he had a groin injury along with Odunze and Thornton, false start on Seattle. Yep. Their offense could be limited, which could be an advantage for the Packers with the fact that they're down, a couple of key guys. And they're going to have to rely on their offense more. You're going to probably see a more aggressive game plan by the Packers offensively going forward on fourth downs. Down goes Darnold. And we are what now? It'll be what, third? No, it'll be first and or second and 14. I do like these Seattle uniforms though. I don't know about the numbers, the way the reflection is on the numbers, but I like the stuff on the shoulder. Arnold's going to take off and run, and he got sacked. Nice tackle by Landman. Actually got him behind the line of scrimmage. Man, this Rams defense came to play. Maybe I made a mistake not using them. I didn't, though. This is going to be a down. This is going to be a nail biter. Al, you could have made a point for either team. Like I said, I liked the Rams. I liked them when they were a pick'em. So it got better at 1.5. Again, if I would have had I'd take the money line. I wouldn't even take the 1.5. But I didn't use them in the contest. So they're going to get off the field here on third down now as they run a little wheel route to the running back. He gets about half the yardage, but it's now 4th and long, and they're going to punt again back to the Rams. I mean, LA's moving the ball. They're just stalling out in the red zone. And Seattle, after that first drive, has just looked stagnant on offense. Where's JSN? Has he done anything yet this game? All right, LA with the return. He's got a lane. Oh, he tripped up, but he's still out to about the 40. So it was a nice return, considering he caught the ball inside his own 10-yard line. Receptions. No. Jackson Smith and Jigba. No receptions. He's got 1 target so far. Through a quarter and a third of the game, he's got 1 target. No receptions, no yards. No Shaheed. Where's Rashid Shaheed? Where's the outside passing game for this Seattle offense? It's Walker, Barner, and Cooper Kupp with 1 reception for 1 yard, which ain't shit. I mean, I know they've gone on 3 and out the last couple of times, basically. So, not a lot of possession there, but man, you gotta. I don't care if you gotta force feed it to JSN. You gotta get him the ball. He's just that good. You have to give the guy an opportunity to make catches. And I'm rooting for the Rams. I'm on the Rams. But yeah, this Packers-Bears game, coming back to that, I flip-flopped. Because I originally liked Chicago on the early line show. But as I've said, as the week is manifested and the injury reports have come out, I think people are going to put a lot more weight on the loss of Parsons than they really are on the amount of injuries that Chicago is dealing with on offense and defense right now. And they're playing on Saturday, which means they have even less time to get healthy before the game kickoff. So I flipped. I like Green Bay now in this one. I'm afraid this is also going to be very popular. Remember 2 weeks ago when it was Chicago and Green Bay in Lambeau, Chicago was a 6.5 point underdog on the road. Now they're a pick 'em at home. Both of those games were in the top. Both of those picks were in the top 5. Packers and Chicago. Then last week, the Packers and Denver were both in the top 5 together, facing each other. We were on Denver. That was one of our 2 wins that we actually got with that comeback after being down. So I wouldn't be shocked to see the Packers and the Bears be in the top 5 again. Both teams. And there goes, was that Corum? Yep, nice run by LA. Start this drive. They're about at midfield already. 2nd and 1. So I flip-flopped. If you watch the early line show, you know I said I liked Chicago originally, but now I'm on Green Bay. I've flipped the script. There we go. Another first down. Corum with the first down. Just keep keeping the first downs. Keep their defense on the field. They've got to be getting tired. I mean, they ran all those plays on that drive, went down, kicked a field goal. Ran all those plays again, went down and kicked a field goal. And both times, Seattle get the ball. They're 3 and out and punting it right back to them. So they're right back out on the field. Now here they are again. Back out on the field again. After 2 long, sustained drives. Yes, they tightened up in the red zone, which has been a strength of Seattle's defense all year. Their red zone defense. They're going to have to score from outside the 15-yard line, it looks like. But so, yeah, I like Green Bay. I haven't made my full decisions on the top 5 yet. And then we've got Tampa Bay and Carolina. This is another one that I've had to go back and forth on. It was originally -2.5. It's now sitting at -3. Well, I guess I can go down the line because we've got Philly and Washington on Saturday as well. NFC East game. No real reason for the Washington Commanders to win this game other than to play spoiler for Washington or for Philadelphia. But even that, it's not really spoiler because they've got the Eagles have Buffalo next week. Then they have Washington again. They would have to lose all of these games in order to not make the playoffs as the NFC East representative and have Dallas win all of their games to even have a chance. So I think Philly'd like to put this away here, put it to bed, and clinch their playoff spot before they have to face Buffalo because there's a real chance they'll lose that game to Buffalo. And then they'd go into Week 18 actually having to win the game to keep their spot in the playoffs versus Washington at home. So I think they're going to really try to put it away here. Washington dealing with a lot of injuries. Marcus Mariota is going to play the rest of the year at quarterback. The offense for Washington hasn't been bad, though, under Mariota. Not great, but not bad either. You never know. Philadelphia is like the most bipolar team you've seen in quite some time. You know, they'll come out and look like the best team in football for a half, and then they'll come out and not score any points in the second half. You know, it's just like Lane Johnson out, Jalen Carter out. You know, you just don't know what you're going to get from this game. So I didn't take a side in this one for the contest. I'd like Philly to win. I think they're going to win the game. But Washington could backdoor the 6.5 all day. Nice. Got the first down, though. Short game, but he got the first down. The thing about teams like Washington is, yeah, they're playing at home. They have nothing to play for other than spoiler. And what do you notice about teams when they're out of it and all they have is to really play spoiler? They don't play very good fundamental football. You'll see a lot of false starts. You'll see a lot of offsides on the defense. You'll see the pass interference play, on defense. You'll see the illegal man downfields, the holding penalties on offense. Like, you'll see all those things, the holding penalties on defense, because the thing they don't do in practice is the fundamentals, because they just don't have anything to work on. They're basically just working on play schemes and that kind of shit, but they're not worrying about the things that make a good football team a great football team, which is the fundamental things, not committing penalties. You notice these two teams right here, Seattle and LA, they're like two of the least penalized teams in football. There's a reason why they're 11-3. Second and 4. Stafford over the middle. I mean, Seattle's defense is just leaving the middle of the field open. I mean, Stafford has just been eating them up over the middle. But now they're back down in the red zone, down inside the 10-yard line. First down, about the 8.5. Can you punch it in? Is Seattle's defense getting gassed because they've been on the field so much for this first half? I think so. This is where you hit them with the misdirection. This is where you hit them like they got 3 tight ends lined up on one side. And they run it to Williams, and he's down inside the 5, down to about the 2.5-yard line. Come on, give it to Williams again. Let him punch it in. We need him to score. And that's what they're talking about on the broadcast. Not finishing in the red zone. 0 for 2. Kicking field goals. I don't think maybe they're going to run it. They bring the tight end into the backfield. Nope, faked it to Nakua. Wide open. Oh, Ferguson. Ferguson with the touchdown. LA takes the lead 12-7 with the extra point coming up. Will they go for 2? Or are we going to keep that 1.5 points in play? They're going to kick the field goal. The extra point, I mean. And keep that 1.5 point spread in play. So, yeah, I don't expect Philly to be on my card, even though I do expect them to win. And as I always say, if I think they'll win the game, I think they're going to cover. I do think Philly will cover this one. 6.5 seems like a lot. It's not when they win by 7. Secondary for Commanders are bad. They can't stop the run. Jalen Hurts, although he hasn't played well, they've got plenty of offensive firepower. I know it's not great at missing their stud tackle in Johnson, but against this Commanders team, I don't expect much. I know they do have some decent wide receivers in McLaurin and Samuel, but they just don't have it. Mariota's not a good quarterback. He's a backup for a reason. And when you bring him in, he'll give you a little spark for a little while, but at the end of the day, he's not good. I don't know. Maybe Philly could make the card. whenever teams are out of it, you always have to be concerned about taking the team, an underdog that, yeah, they can play spoiler, yeah, they're division rivals, but at the end of the day, these Commanders players don't want to go into the offseason injured. And again, the fundamentals are the first things to go. Bills and Browns. I liked the over 42 in this game. See where it's at now. The total sitting at 41.5. So it's gone down. Guess they're not expecting much from the Buffalo or from the Cleveland offense. And I mean, if you think Buffalo's going to cover 10.5, it's a big number though. And obviously, I know Cleveland's defense has played well. They've played better at home. Bills defense has not been great. Yeah, they looked good in the second half of that New England game, but they were getting their asses kicked for the first half of that game. Could Cleveland be able to run the ball on this team? Will Josh Allen and James Cook be able to stretch the lead, put Shador Sanders in a bad spot? It's a tough matchup. But I did like the over 42, so you can get a better number if you can find it at 41.5. Jets and Saints. Oh, what a gross game. Just an absolutely disgusting game. Tyler Shuck, could he be the offensive rookie of the year? Some people on X certainly would like to. I've seen some people with some big tickets for Tyler Shuck to win offensive rookie of the year. I don't know if there's too many other players that can, take it away from him. Who? Agabuka? He's fallen off. Who else on offense as a rookie has done enough to help their team win games like Shuck has recently? This is another one where I like the under 40.5. The line is now, it's still stuck right at 40.5, but I like the under. I don't think either team's going to do much offensively. You've got a third or like a 6th or 7th round rookie starting at quarterback for one team and another rookie starting for the other team who's looked good, but are the Saints supposed to be laying 5.5 points at home? No. Oh, watch out, Sammy. Kobe Turner comes in on the blitz, and it's now 3rd and long, Seattle. I said it on the show that Darnold has not been playing well over the last few weeks. I mean, they didn't even score a touchdown last week against Indy. And LA's defense came to play. I don't think this is a hat and t-shirt game, but it pretty much is a hat and t-shirt game for LA. If they win, they'd have to completely collapse in order to not win the NFC West. Oh, did he get it? Oh my God, he got it. Unbelievable. They bring in Wallace, and he breaks tackles and gets the first down on 3rd and 16. Wow, that was a bust and a half by LA. Now they're at the 2-minute warning. Yep, he just put the spin move on him and got the first down. What a play. Oh, that was Walker. Sorry. Why am I saying Wallace? This game will be nowhere near my card. I have no clue because I don't know what the Jets offense is going to do. And I don't have any idea what you're going to get from the Saints at this point in the season. I like New Orleans to win, but I don't think they should be 5.5-point favorites. Vikings and Giants. Vikings and Giants. Where are you? Okay, so I said Minnesota. I think Minnesota will win this game. Again, I didn't. They're not in my 5. But I liked Minnesota minus the 3 here. Um, JJ McCarthy's played okay. They have much better weapons on offense. They actually have wide receivers. They actually have tight ends. They actually have running backs. And they actually have a defense. So give me Minnesota. I know it's probably the square side because they've looked good recently. The Giants are no good. And they've already checked out on the year. They got a quarterback that's getting checked for concussions every single game. This guy is in the concussion tent getting evaluated. Like, the guy's going to be drooling into his fruit bowl by the time he's 40 years old if he doesn't take it easy. I mean, he's one play away from being knocked out of every game, it seems like, this Jackson Dart. I think O'Connell simplified the offense for McCarthy, and it's certainly helping him process. And then, he's playing weak ass defenses like the Giants. So, yeah, I like Minnesota here, minus the 3. I don't think it'll make the 5, though. Patriots and Ravens. I've switched on this one as well. I originally liked New England on the early line show at plus 2.5. It's sitting at plus 3, but give me the Ravens. New England dealing with a lot of injuries on defense. They were already bad against the run to begin with, and now they're going to be even thinner on defense. I think the Baltimore Ravens will be able to run the ball. Their defense has looked much better. I think Drake May and New England have faced a very favorable schedule this year. Now it's coming down the stretch. You're about to play a Baltimore team that got to basically play a scrimmage against Cincinnati last week. I was on the Bengals. I wouldn't have picked him had I known T. Higgins was going to be out, and it doesn't look like he's going to practice. He supposedly was out there but didn't practice. He had his helmet. So who knows if he's going to play. I mean, there's no... That's up for the Bengals. But for New England, no, I'm on Baltimore minus 7. I think New England's going to be a popular side as well because you're getting 3 points with a quality team, at least wins and losses. But I'm going to go contrarian on that one. I'm going to take Baltimore minus the 3. And that one's probably going to make the card. All right, Seattle converts on 3rd and 1. And now they're on the other side of the Rams' 50-yard line, 1st and 10, and they call the timeout with 1:06 to go. Bucks and Panthers. I'm having a hard time with this one. I like the Bucks. I like the Bucks minus 3. It's a tough game, though. Division matchup. Carolina's played well, but they've been very Jekyll and Hyde. I know Tampa Bay has not looked good over the last few weeks. They've lost 2 in a row, one to New Orleans in the rain, and then the comeback on Thursday night by the Falcons. But again, Thursday night football games, it's hard to put a lot of stock in those games simply because the game planning is so condensed in that little bit of time they have. And then, I mean, honestly, there was a few plays there that if they just broke Tampa Bay's way, they win that game and cover the spread. Atlanta needed every single break to go their way, including recovering that fumble by the offensive lineman when there was about 5 Tampa Bay players around him. Had he not gotten that ball back, that game's over. Atlanta got a 4th down conversion, I believe, on penalties that would have ended the game. There was just a few things that just everything broke their way. But now Evan's going to be another week back. Godwin will be back. Agabuka. Cade Otton's practicing. Their offensive line looks healthy. I like Tampa Bay here, and I think this one could make the card as well. I'm afraid this might be popular, though. And unfortunately, I have to look for leverage spots being behind. Not only do I need to go 5-0, I need to go 5-0 with teams that aren't popular with the leaders, that aren't in the top 5. I mean, it's just crazy. Like last week, the top 5 went 2-3 again, but the number 1 pick won, the Buffalo Bills. You know what I mean? And they were down big and came back and covered that number. Chiefs and Titans. Chiefs obviously starting Gardner Minshew. We've got another penalty flag down. They've got injuries on the offensive side. It looks like Rashee Rice might be out. They're missing some offensive linemen. Oh, they got holding on the defense. It'll be an automatic first down for Seattle. Injuries on their defense, and then you've got the Titans coming in. The Titans have been fighting every game. They're playing, much harder than a team with a 2-12 record or whatever they are. They've got more ATS wins than they do straight up wins, and they have yet to win a game at home this year. So they want to get at least one victory in front of their home crowd, right? I mean, this is one of the few last opportunities, and it could be against the Kansas City Chiefs, a team that's been a thorn in the side of the AFC for the last, whatever, it's been 8 or 9 years. They have a chance to actually pull off the win because of the injuries and the fact that the Chiefs, they're out of the playoffs. This is the first time they've been out of the playoffs in the Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid era. So you're not going to get a whole lot of, fumble by Kupp. Oh, man, did he fumble it? That's amazing. Cooper Kupp caught the ball, made a big gain over the middle, gets tackled, got hit, and it looked like the ball came out, and the Rams recover it in the end zone. They might end up giving him the ball at the 1, though, because of where he first touched it. Bang. Yep, that's a fumble all day. Put his helmet right on the ball. He first touched the ball outside on the 1. I wonder if they're going to put the Rams at the 1-yard line. He really didn't have possession until he was in the end zone, though. What a play, though. Put his helmet right on the ball, popped right out of Kupp's hands. They were about to be inside the 15-yard line. Look at McVay. He's pumped. He's pumped. Where'd they put the ball at? So they were going to put it at the 1. Now they're saying replay assist is calling it a touchback. I'll say he doesn't have the ball here. If you're watching it from the other side, the ball's still laying on the ground until he gets inside the end zone. And he scoops it up. Yeah, I don't think you're going to see it from here either. He doesn't get control there. He gets control there. Yeah, that's what it looked like. Which is definitely going to be beneficial for the Rams to not have to be at their own 1-yard line or half-yard line. But the Titans, man, I'm thinking about using the Titans plus the 3.5. I really think they're going to play their asses off trying to get a win at home. They've been good. Defense has played well. Cam Ward has played okay the last few weeks. Tony Pollard's running the ball. I just don't know what kind of effort you're going to get from the Chiefs here. So the Titans could certainly make the card here. I like the Titans plus the 3.5. I think they're the only team I haven't backed in the Circa contest yet. So maybe it's time, since I've been preaching all year that they're going to have more ATS wins than straight up wins, and they've burned me twice. I backed the Seahawks versus them. They covered. I backed the Chargers against them. They covered. So give me the Titans plus the 3.5. I think this could make the card as well. Chargers and Cowboys. I did like the Cowboys. It was minus 1.5. It's now minus 2.5. Down to that minus 2.5 fishy line again. What kind of effort are you going to get from Dallas when they know they're out of it? Are the Chargers for real? Their defense has played well, but they haven't played the stiffest of competition. I mean, they beat Kansas City last week to knock them out. That's like, a big accomplishment for them. Will there be a flat spot here in Dallas? Will they be able to take advantage of their offensive line issues? Did he catch it? Dropped it. Stafford and the Rams try to take a deep shot on first down, and it got dropped. So the Rams are now looking to now they run the ball on second down, so they're looking to waste clock here, and Seattle's calling timeouts, looking to get the ball back. So this is a tough one, Chargers and Dallas, because like I said, I originally liked Dallas. I think Dallas can win this game straight up. It's at that -2.5 number now. That's just so fishy. But it opened at -1.5, went to -2, now it's -2.5. So money's coming in on the Cowboys. And Seattle's not going to get the ball back because they have no timeouts. 75% of the bets and 79% of the money is on the Chargers as it stands right now. So give me Dallas -2.5. I liked it better at -1.5, but I'll take the under 3. Falcons and Cardinals. I like the Falcons -3. They're a better team than Arizona. They've got better weapons. Drake London looks like he's going to be back. It's going to be Jacoby Brissett. Their offense has got a bunch of injuries. For Arizona, they really have nothing to play for other than being at home. Atlanta has nothing else to play for, but they also don't have their first-round draft pick, so they're not worried about ruining their draft spot, whereas the Cardinals may be looking to improve their draft position. And Atlanta doesn't care. They traded away their first-round pick last draft to move up for James Pierce at the end of the first round. So Atlanta has all incentives to win this game, and I think they're a much better team than Arizona overall. Give me Atlanta -3. I have it in my ugly 5 because I don't know if people are going to really want to get involved in either side of this game when there's so many better games to choose from. And if they do take a side, it's probably going to be Arizona plus the 3 for the fact that they're at home. Atlanta has been a very bipolar team where they look great one week and then not so great the next. They beat Tampa Bay in that comeback win on the road on Thursday night, so they've got extra preparation time. So, yeah, I'd like Atlanta -3 here. And this one could be on the card as well, even though I said on the early line show that I won't be having anything to do with it. I said that last week and we used them and we won. We are now 5-1 backing Atlanta this year. They've been good. And I've been pretty spot on when I decide to back them and when I don't. Jaguars and Broncos, another big matchup. I like the Jags plus the 3. I think they end the Broncos win streak. Jacksonville is a much better team than the competition Broncos have been facing recently. Denver's had to have comebacks in most of their games. They're winning in the final few minutes. I think the Jags defense is very underrated. They're underheralded. The running game for Jacksonville has really improved under Liam Cohen. He's got the offensive line playing well. Trevor Lawrence looks good, and these receivers look good. I think they're finally starting to gel together. Strange is back at tight end. I really like Jacksonville here. This one will be on the card at +3. It's probably going to be a popular side, but it will be on my card more than likely. Steelers and Lions. Looks like TJ Watt may not play again this week, and now they're also Herbig might be out. They look good. Beat up on Miami. Miami looked bad. That was a very bad game for us. We were on Miami. I was also on Detroit last week, and Detroit lost. Tough matchup against LA. Detroit still has a pulse, but they got to win and need some help to get into the playoffs as a wild card, or really need some help to try to catch either one of their NFC North rivals in Green Bay and Chicago, who are leading right now and playing each other this week. I liked Detroit here. I liked it when it was the -6.5. It's now moved to -7, but I just don't think the Steelers offense is going to be able to do anything like what the Rams did. That Rams offense is obviously really good, especially when they had Adams and Nakua going in that game. The Steelers don't have that. They don't have the running game. They certainly don't have the receivers to exploit this battered Lions secondary. Meanwhile, I don't see the Steelers being able to put up much of resistance against this Lions offense. I really think they're going to be able to score at will if they can't get pressure on Goff and they're playing at home. I just think this is a good spot for Detroit to get back on track. I know it's a big number with the full 7, but I expect them to win by at least 10 points. So I like the Lions here. This one as well could be on the card. When it comes to betting action, we're seeing 69% of the tickets and 79% of the money is on Detroit. Line is consensus at -7 at most places. So I do like Detroit here, but this could be a very popular side in the contest, so I may not use it. But I do like Detroit here. Raiders and Texans. No, thank you. Moving on. We will have nothing to do with this game at all. It's a disgusting spread with a bad team against a really good team, and there's no reason to even get involved. This game opened at -11.5, and it's shot all the way up to -14. I do like the under. It was 38.5 when I originally gave it out on the early line show. It's now moved to a consensus at 38. So try to shop around, see if you can find a better line than 38. But I like the under 38.5. Cincinnati and Miami. What a gross game. Tua getting benched. He deserves to be benched. They're in hell right now, Miami, with their quarterback situation. With as bad as he's played this year, and I should have known better that he led the league in interceptions and turnover-worthy throws. I should have known he was going to play like shit in the cold, and he absolutely did. And you could tell there's not a lot of concern with a player who's laughing and giggling while his team's losing their only heartbeat of making the playoffs. Some players are just comfortable with winning or with earning the kind of income that being a professional athlete gives you, and the wins and losses no longer matter. It's just, all right, I'll show up, I'll do my job, and I'll get my paycheck, and I really don't care if we win or lose. That's what you saw from Tua. So I'm glad he got benched. I think it was a little too late, though. I liked Cincinnati to win this game. I like them at +1.5. It's obviously moved significantly now with the quarterback change. Now it's -4.5 in the contest, so I don't like that. T. Higgins is still not practicing. This Miami defense played well the first half, and then their offense couldn't do anything, and they ended up throwing in the towel. So I do like Cincinnati to win. But I know I'm not going to get involved at the side because I think it's too many points to be laying. Cincinnati's defense has not been good, so regardless of who the quarterback is for Miami, they're still going to be able to run the ball. They still run the ball really well. Tua stinks, so I don't think it could be much worse with their backup. I think who is it? Is it going to be it's going to be is it Skylar Thompson? I don't even know who their quarterback is. I know Zach Wilson was their second string guy, but I think they're bringing in, who the hell is it now? Oh, Quinn Ewers, that's right. Kid out of Texas. So, you know what? I think Miami is the right side spread-wise at 4.5 because I think they're going to be able to run the ball. I think they're going to be able to run the ball in Cincinnati. And like I said, their defense actually played pretty well. It's just they were completely gassed when their offense just kept punting the ball away. 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out. You know, turnover in the red zone on an interception by Tua. Tua missing on third downs over and over and over again. God, I can't believe I'm actually considering using Miami on this card. But I do like them plus the 4.5 now. Yep. And I like the under 50.5 better, though. It's moved all the way down to 47.5. Damn. I gave it out the under 50.5 on the early line show. Hopefully you got it. Hopefully you jumped on it then. I might have to use the Dolphins. That's going to be disgusting. Disgusting. And did you see the game by the Bengals against Baltimore? I mean, they were just so bad. Like, they just had no. They were completely unprepared. They did not. They were committing all kinds of penalties, procedure penalties, and they were at home. Like, it wasn't the crowd that was causing that. That was your ill preparation, and I think they're going to still. You're going to get that same effort from Cincinnati. Miami at least is at home where they're not going to want to lose in front of their home crowd. The home crowd will keep them in this game. Yeah, Again, I'm looking for leverage spots in games that won't be very popular. So I'm going to have to add this one. Because there's games I like that are going to be popular. Games I'm going to probably have to take out, like Detroit. Just because I know Detroit's going to be a popular side. And I need leverage at this point. Leverage is just as important as a win. Final game, Monday Night Football. Big game. Bigger game for San Francisco, depending on the outcome of our game tonight on Thursday Night Football. But Indy still has a pulse. Phillip Rivers coming in. Gave him a chance to win that game last week. Its first game back. Their defense is not very good. Now they're laying 5.5 at home. They're getting 5.5 at home against the San Francisco 49ers team that's looked good on offense, but they came out of that game last week with some injuries. And we know their defense has just been depleted, but Robert Saleh has just been able to pull this team together, and they've played very well. They're right in the wild card with the potential to be the number 1 seed and the NFC West champion if things break their way. But with all these injuries they suffered with Warner and Bosa and all the other guys, Purdy was out, and Kittle was out, and Pearsall was out. Ayuk now not coming back is crazy. Boy, wouldn't he be a nice piece to add to that San Francisco offense flowing into the playoffs? But he's completely off the team. I like San Francisco to win this game. I like the under 46.5 better than the spread. Consensus, it's still sitting at 5.5. 86% of the tickets and 90% of the money is on San Francisco. So I can't condone backing the 49ers with that spread. I'll take the under 46.5, and I don't think either one of these teams will be making the Circa 5. So as it stands right now, what we're looking at, we're going to go with, I would say, Miami plus 4.5, Tennessee plus 3.5, Baltimore -3, Atlanta -3, and Jacksonville plus 3. I might take out Atlanta. I also like Tampa Bay -3, and I like Detroit -7. That's where I'm leaning right now. So we're going to have to pick 5 of these. I might take Tennessee out just because it is the Kansas City Chiefs after all. But that's also the reason to take the Tennessee Titans here, because nobody's going to want to touch the Titans, right? Or they're not going to want to touch Kansas City because Patrick Mahomes is out. I don't know. But we will have our show on Saturday, the selection show, right here on YouTube. So be sure to hit that like and subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you're notified when the NFL contest show is live, and when we upload the full show, the NFL contest show upload, and then there's also the selection show where we also show where we stand in the top 5, as well as the Circa Survivor selections for Week 16. But we are now heading into the second half of this incredible NFC West matchup. Rams leading 13-7. And I believe Seattle gets the ball. Yeah, Seattle gets the ball to start the second half. All right. What a game, what a game, what a game. Rise up, gotta get higher and higher. This is from the actual Atlanta Falcons Stadium. I was there for the first game, first regular season game at the new Mercedes-Benz Stadium. They played the Packers and beat them in a great game. Ooh. All right, he turns it into something. Can we at least get one of these anytime touchdown scorers, Barner and Williams? Would be nice. All right. All right, so Seattle's moving the ball. Yeah, third and about a half a yard now. Punting the ball on this opening drive would be catastrophic. Oh, they're going tush push. Looks like he got it. Now, did anybody watch the game? Who was it? I'm trying to think of who it was. They called him down, and when they went back and looked at it, the player was on top of the defender, and he never was actually down. But they blew the play dead anyway. It was, I can't remember what game it was last week. I know it was one of the games I was on too. Uh-oh. Walker on the outside, and it looks like he's gone. We got ourselves a touchdown. Kenneth Walker with a huge run. What was that? 65 yards? 55 yards? Nice. Yeah, he just took it to the outside, saw that seam, and was gone. Nobody even touched him on the Rams defense. They may have got a fingertip on him. That was it. 55-yard touchdown for Kenneth Walker. Oh, just inside the upright, but the Seahawks take the lead by 1. I mean, they were saying this is going to be a playoff game, and it's certainly turning out to be like that. What a play. What a play. What a run. So what do we think of these Seahawks uniforms? Yes or no? I like them. Some people are saying they don't like them.
As long as donuts were made into rings, middles were tossed for more popular things. But one day, when his hair smelled like honey, a voice said, "Hey, this one's mine." Dunkin' Munchkins, so small, were suddenly the best bites of all. The holidays ring on Dunkin' Munchkins.
Now, we've got somebody um, in Survivor. They're confirming that they are taking the New Orleans Saints. Ooh. Ooh. $18.6 million riding on the shoulders of Tyler Shuck and a running back, Naheem Hines, that just came off the couch against the New York Jets team that is starting a late round, third string quarterback. And honestly has no reason to want to win the game because of their watch it, because of their draft position. I guess I don't know. I mean, obviously, the players don't really care about that. I'm sure Tyler Shuck would like to remain the quarterback, so not getting a better draft pick, kind of helps him keep his position. And I'm sure Kellen Moore's starting to like what he's seeing from him. I mean, he's playing well within the defense. I mean, within the offense with the limited amount of talent that he has. They traded away Shaheed. They lost Alvin Kamara. Now they've lost Neal, their other running back. They lost some of their offensive line. They traded away guys on the offensive line. And they've actually won more games without those guys than they did when they had them. Here comes the Seattle defense now. The crowd, the 12th man's going to start getting into this one. This has all the feelings of a playoff game. It really does. Yeah, they're getting rocked by rain up there in Seattle, up in Washington State. And they were just showing the Red Cross thing for the places that are getting flooded up there. It's been wild. Like, I live in the Sierra Mountains in South Lake Tahoe. We've had like no snow. Like, it is December 18th. I was up at the California Heavenly Lodge, which is the ski lodge that's on the California side of the state line. On that side of Heavenly is like a resort, but it's on the California side of the state line. There was more grass visible than there was snow visible. Right by where the chairlift is. Oh shit, he's going deep and he's got him. Who the hell is Xavier Smith? I don't even know who it is, but somehow he got lost in the sauce on 3rd and long and he just made about a 40-yard play. What was that? What was that? Yeah, the safety bit on the inside. He went or bit on the outside guy. He went inside, and that was all it took. Stafford saw him. If he could have put it farther out in front of him, that's a touchdown. Great play. Great play. They call timeout. Yeah, McVay called timeout. That's the one thing about having an offensive-minded head coach like McVay. The timeouts belong to the offense, right? That's the mentality. That's how it's always been. You don't call timeouts on defense. I'll still never forget Mike Zimmer when he was with the Vikings on 1st and goal from the one, like it was like a half-yard line, called a timeout on defense. They literally scored on the very next play. I forget who they were playing, but I'll never forget. Like, why on earth would you call a timeout there? You just play with the defense you called and you hope you stop them. But they've got 4 cracks at it from the half-yard line. They're probably going to score. You know, statistically wise, the likelihood that they score is much higher than them not scoring, and you waste a timeout because you're a defensive-minded head coach. Here we go. Nice running play to start the drive, or just after the timeout, and there's a flag. There haven't been a lot of flags in this game. I will say that. That was a holding on LA, so they're going to bring back that nice run. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, kind of. I mean, he had him under the armpit, which really restricts his movement, so can't do that. If he didn't grab him, he would have been fine. Uh-oh, flea flicker. And then they throw a screen to Parkinson for a nice big gainer. Oof, big hit. Big hit, but a hell of a play. They hand it off, flip it back to Stafford, and then instead of taking the deep shot, they throw it underneath to the tight end with the lineman out there ready to block for him. Great play. Yeah, they sold it like it was a deep shot, and then they had the linemen both went out there. That's a nice play design. Yeah, that was pretty creative. McVay going deep in the bag for this NFC West title game, basically. Take it, Stafford. Run it. Ooh. He's not a small guy either, like Matthew Stafford. He's over 6 foot tall. Like, he's the ideal, like, maybe Darnold, too. They're like the ideal physical stature of a quarterback. I mean, you always love to have a Cam Newton or somebody like that who's just a physical specimen, but those are few and far between. Because not only could he play, he could throw the ball. He wasn't the most accurate, but he was good enough. Third down. Did he break it? Oh, and then he slips down. And we're probably going to get a field goal attempt here. Third and 3. They ran the ball, and he gets stopped. He broke the tackle and then slipped, trying to cut back. All right, 36-yarder. A little bit of a breeze. See the flags on the goalpost pushing to the left a little bit. Ooh, high snap. Oh, did he get it? He still got it. Oh, man, that was close. That was close. Snap was high. He got it. Oh, they call a false start. So they'll take it off the board. Make them do it again. Wow. That was close. The snap was high. He was able to get it down, but the guy that was rushing, they almost got to it. It was so low, it just barely got over the line, barely over the crossbar. Damn, he almost had it too. If he would have come straight at it, 53 would have had it. He almost blocked that. They get another kick at it, but it's 5 yards farther away. And he splits the upright. So the Rams take the lead by 2. The spread was plus 1.5. What did it close at? That was the contest line. Yeah, it closed at minus 1.5, plus 1.5 for LA. Do you think these line originators know what they're doing? That they've literally got it down to where there's a real possibility this game is decided by 1 point or 2 points, which is rare. If you ever watched Kelly and Murray, they're another. It's another wager talk television show on YouTube. John Murray is the one of the head uh, people in the sports book at the Superbook, which is right here actually. I wish they'd build a circuit spot up here in the North Nevada for the Superbook, but they're always making jokes about that NFL games aren't decided by one, and it seems to be happening a lot more since people have started going for two a lot more often, and especially the two touchdown down 14 points going for two, which I wish the Lions would have done and maybe gotten it to 6 points and gotten a half a point, but whatever. But so it's just funny that they're always saying, NFL games aren't decided by a point, and here we are in a scenario where this game is more than likely going to be decided by 1 or 2 points, and the spread is 1.5. Now, I'll be the first one to admit that I don't have like a mathematical model that I use. That's not my area of expertise when it comes to the NFL handicapping, as you would say. My area of strength, like not expertise, my area of strength is much more the human psychological aspect of it, the way that lines are set to entice people to pick one side or another. I definitely have a much better feel for that. But I think I need to start doing my own analytical model, and using the data points that these bookmakers use. Plus, maybe, you tweak it, you add your own different data points that help you get to those numbers. All right, let's see if Sam Darnold can. Wow, highest success rate in the NFL when trailing. So, I mean, I think they said Sam Darnold could potentially be the first quarterback to have back-to-back 14-3 seasons for two different teams, which they'd have to win out. But still, I mean, he's had two great seasons back-to-back. Ooh, bad throw. Two great seasons back-to-back for the Vikings last year and this year with Seattle. Just got to hope he doesn't crumble in the playoffs like he did last year. Yeah, JSN still not getting the ball. That was another missed target. He has zero receptions. If you're facing him in fantasy playoffs, you're thankful that it hasn't been a JSN night. But LA's got good DBs and they can rush four, and their linebackers are good. That's what I was saying, man. False start. Back them up. And they're at home, so it's not the crowd. It's definitely not the crowd. Seattle with the false start. Back them up 5 on the offensive tackle or guard. I like the jerseys. I like the numbers. I like the helmets a lot. I wish they would make the logo for the Seahawk, though, different so it was brighter. But I guess it would take away from the reflectiveness of the chameleon paint job. All right, nice. JSN with a big catch and conversion on that long first down. And he gets him a first down, 20 yards. Way to get him the ball. Nice. Linebacker. Yeah, you have him matched up against the linebacker. And then they go to Charbonnet with a wide running back screen, and he gets dumped for a loss. One of the things you notice about the Rams, they're very well coached. They're just so well coached, and they don't commit a lot of penalties. It makes them a very dangerous team. I really think it's because McVay really allows his defensive coordinator there, Shula. He allows him to essentially run the defense. McVay's in charge of the offense. He's obviously the head coach, but he allows the defensive coordinator to run his game. Oh, interception by the Rams. Nice. And he's going to take it all the way back. Get in the end zone. Don't get tackled. Oh, no. He got tackled at the 1 yard line. How do you let Sam Darnold tackle you? Oh, my God. How do you let Sam Darnold tackle you there? All right. Can we get it to Williams, please? From the 1 yard line? Actually, that's good for us. But, man, how do you not get in the end zone? Oh, he just read that. They set up a picket fence there. He jumped right in front of it. How do you get tackled? Oh, who is that? Number 9. Oh, it's Walker. All right, he's a little better athlete than Darnold. Saved it to the touchdown. But what a interception by Wallace. They were just talking about him too. That this young secondary, just a great play. Yeah, how do you not score there? Unreal. And of course, it's Blake Corum in the backfield. Fuck. That's a touchdown. Damn, why'd they bring him in? That sucks. This should have been Williams' touchdown. Yeah, Sam Darnold has just not looked good the last few games. I mean, I made the point in the early line show, and I had the clip up on X and on it was available on YouTube. They didn't even score a touchdown last week against Indianapolis. It's really been their defense that's been doing all the heavy lifting for Seattle more recently over, let's say, the last 3 weeks. And he's showing that again this week with that pick six. I mean, that guy for the Los Angeles Rams just dropped into the zone and just read his eyes all the way. Mm. Mm. All right. So now it's a 9 point lead. So it's a two possession game. Still a lot of time left, though. Still a lot of time left in this game. We're still 6 minutes of the third quarter. If Seattle goes down and scores here, that's the one thing about those explosive non-offensive touchdowns like pick sixes, which I would consider that last play by the defense for LA a pick six because they essentially got it on the very next. Ooh. Oh, did he intercept it? Oh, damn! Darnold got rocked on that one. Ball just went fluttering up in the air and almost got picked off. That was a brutal hit. But when you have those explosive touchdowns like that last play, the last score for LA, it doesn't take any time off the clock. And as much as you want to score points and be ahead on the scoreboard against your team, when you score fast like that, it leaves a lot of time for the other team to come back. Mm. And look, he comes right back and finds JSN over the middle for another first down. I've got to give that. Sam Darnold is a tough guy. Like he's not. He got beat up in New York. You didn't hear him bitch about it. He didn't really have a very good offensive line when he was in New York. Not great receiving group. He stood in there as much as he could. Oh, he's going deep. Oh, overthrow him. There's a flag on the play. Mm. Hold on the offense. Drive killers, man. Drive killers. Oh, now Darnold's scrambling. Oh, okay. Now he's got a little room to run. Ooh. That'll be fourth down or third down. Darnold tried to do a little reverse spin out, and the guy didn't fall for it. He had to dump it off to the running back. 3rd and 14 now. Hmm. And it's incomplete. And here comes the punt. So LA's in control. Having a punt there, that's a big
all by myself. The order of things I wanted to set up was internet, water, then power. I needed to take a shower, but like
that's a
I
big
really did need to
big
take a shower
lost
because
possession for Seattle there.
that's like kind of a crazy thing to admit in front of the camera.
If the Rams go down and score a touchdown now, this game's basically over for them.
Getting the best bang for my buck. It was a huge weight taken off of my shoulders.
Real customers, real savings. To see how much you can save, visit spectrum.com/save. As a running back, I have to prevent fumbles at all costs. It's all about prevention. The same goes for my teeth. Colgate's Total Active Prevention System is 15 times more effective at eliminating bacteria buildup to prevent oral health problems before they start. Nice try, coach. Be dentist ready with Bajan with Colgate Total. You made the nice list, kid. Paige, rookie of the year. Nice move. Swish miss came early this year.
Yeah, that was a nice interception by Wallace. Just watching the replay back here. Hell of a play by Walker too, though, to at least put in the at least to run hard and make the tackle and save the touchdown. I mean, they ended up scoring on the next play anyway, but damn, he ran as hard as he could to get down there and make that tackle.
Smart. Popeye's $20 family meal keeps everything. You can take the night off. Take a holiday from cooking. Got a smaller crew. Get 5 pieces of chicken.
I guess Chris Shula is going to be a hot commodity in the coaching talk on all the talk shows. They'll be putting his name out there now for possible head coaching positions in the NFL. Obviously has the pedigree, the family name. How could you never eat vegetables? Like, I can understand every once in a while, but like never. Another first down for the Rams to this Xavier Smith. Rams just eating clock now. He's no target since the first play of the second quarter. All right. Can we get Kyron Williams a touchdown on this drive? Would be nice. It's been their defense. Yeah, where's Rashid Shaheed been at this game? I haven't heard his name called once. Got it. Nakua wide open, and he's running wide down the field. Is he going to get tackled? Yes. Spring Williams in for the touchdown, please. Fourth quarter. What a play by Nakua. Well, I think somebody's letting everybody know who the best wide receiver in this league is and who the best in the NFC West is for sure. That's nice. Sam Darnold has 12 interceptions on the year, and 5 of them are by the Rams.
At Chomps, we create snacks for people who are hungry to get the most out of life, who only accept the highest quality. Because real life demands real ingredients. We make snacks that don't take shortcuts. With grass-fed and finished beef, zero sugar, and up to 12 grams of protein. When life challenges you, take bigger bites. Chomps, take bigger bites. Learn more at chomps.com.
Welcome back to JCPenney's Really Big Deals. Please welcome Dulce Sloan.
Now, nothing makes my home cozy like a good throw blanket. Why aren't we making all clothes out of blankets? Like, when you want to be swaddled all day? Why baby's the only one being swaddled? They don't pay no bills. I'm 40. Rack me.
Yeah, so Puka putting his name back in the Offensive Player of the Year award conversation. I mean, I don't know if he's going to lead the league in touchdowns. I think Adams more than likely will do that with as many as he's had so far this year in short yardage situations, though. But I don't know who else has been the more dominant offensive player besides Nakua consistently, except for the time when he was injured. But like you've seen some of the other guys, Jonathan Taylor had a spell there where he wasn't gaining 100 yards a game. Who else was in the conversation for Offensive Player of the Year? JSN. You know, he has a couple of games where he's essentially no-showed and not done much. Well, Williams is in the game at the 5 yard line anyway. Good. Give it to him. Get up in there. Damn it. To Williams again. Get in the end zone. Oh, they stopped him about a yard short. Where was the offensive lineman to push him? Nobody pushed him. They got to run it again, right? Kobe Bryant's down on the ground now. Injury timeout for Seattle. Los Angeles Rams about to put a stranglehold on this NFC West division and the number one seed in the NFC. That's not good. Kobe Bryant being helped off the field. You never want to see that. I hate injuries. I don't know if they're going to run it again now. Nope. Puka. Yep. They gave it to Williams twice. He couldn't get in the end zone. Matt Stafford with the no-look pass. And the Rams lead 30-14. Yeah, the Rams are feeling it, man. The Rams are feeling it. They are by far the number one power rated team in the NFL right now. I don't think there's anybody hotter than the Rams right now. Kind of disappointed in myself now. I didn't put him the Circa Millions contest. So we'll be hearing that come Monday or whenever, Friday, tomorrow. Is Puka Nakua the offensive player of the year?
Pepsi does make it taste better.
Try it again with the pork. Give it a burger?
Meet your new Dell PC with Intel inside. With all-day battery life to power through your to-dos, so you have extra free time and extra savings. So this holiday season, you can be as extra as you want to.
See, this would have been a good selection for the contest simply because so few people use Thursday games because of the need to put all 5 picks in at once. Because I remember 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, when I did the show, the early line show, I had Rams, Chicago, New England, Jacksonville, Dallas, and Tampa Bay. It ain't over yet, though. It's a 2-score game, 2 point for conversions, but 2-score game.
Back in that Super Bowl, the Rams were the 1 seed, and that's what they're chasing tonight. Getting the 1 seed is extremely valuable. We showed you earlier the playoff leverage. Let's go back into why this is so valuable. 51% of 1 seeds have made.
Nice. 51% of the number 1 seeds have made the Super Bowl. Yeah, I mean, you especially if you lock it up early, you let your guys rest that last game of the year, plus you get the bye week, and then they got to come to your place and play. Now, we have seen, teams when they're resting a long time, they can get a little lethargic. But I don't think this Rams team's got that in them. But here we go. Jackson Smith and Jigba. Again, same route. They ran the same play back to back. Rams playing soft in coverage, man, and they're just taking it, moving the ball right down the field. You don't want to see Kobe Bryant walk. Well, at least he's walking back to the locker room, but he's got a towel over his head. That's never a good sign. Taking him into the back for a better examination. But he's walking on his own. How about getting that A.J. Barner touchdown? That'd be nice. And have the Seahawks get back into this one. At least make it a game. Again, we are on the Rams, or I did have the Rams. That's the bet we had in the clip on YouTube and on social media. Be sure to follow on both. Hit that like and subscribe. Oops, wrong one. Hopefully it's a touchdown. Nowhere to run on that one. Nowhere to hide. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. And hit that notification bell. We're going to have the NFL selection show on Saturday, and we'll also be uploading the NFL contest show Nice play by Kenneth Walker. Yeah, we'll have the selection show on Saturday, live streaming, and be posting the NFL contest show. but we'll also see where we rank in the top 5 and the survivor selections for week 16. This has been the JSN drive. Come on, Barner. He's in the slot. Over the middle, Darnold. Damn it. He was open. He was open. Tight end was open. And it's intercepted. Colby Turner with the interception. Darnold on third down. What'd I say? What'd I say? He hasn't been playing well. He didn't even see him. He saw the rush coming. He just let it go. He didn't even see Colby Turner drop back into coverage. What a play. What a play.
So you only check it twice?
Well, yes.
Nissan tests every model thousands of
Well, Seattle's defense, if they can stop LA here, can at least give them hope. But if they use up any more clock, it's over. Got the cheddar and sour cream Ruffles chips going. Seattle's got life. 3 and out for LA. Well, it's a new game now. Rashid Shaheed with the punt return touchdown. He has been great on special teams. Can they get the 2-point conversion? Cooper Cup converts the 2-point try. And it's an 8-point game with 8 minutes to go. What a change of events. I said it a couple of weeks ago that he hasn't done a lot on offense, but the place where he has contributed the most is on special teams. Ooh, he caught that one between his legs. Great catch, though, by Cooper Cup. And suddenly it's an 8-point game. Oh, fumble that got it back, though. Just when you start, just when I start patting myself on the back for backing the Rams, it's a one-score game again. What are they going to do on offense now? Oh, Nakua got it, but short gain. 2nd and 7. Ooh, they got him. Oh, he got to Stafford, but he got it away, but it's an incomplete pass. 3rd and 7 now. This is DeMarcus Lawrence time right now. Yep. Keep your eyes on Nakua. Do not let number 12 get open. They're coming after him. Oh, he's running. He got anywhere to go? No, he trapped it on the ground. Incomplete pass, and Seattle's going to get the ball back down 8 with 7:09 remaining in the game. They're going to get it back with about 7 minutes to go. Williams was in the backfield. Yeah, he trapped it all day. They're not kicking it to him this time, and they're going to get it like at the 45-yard line, though. All right, commercial break real quick. I'll be right back. What the hell happened? I was in the bathroom. It's a whole new ball game. It's a whole new ball game. You want to talk about playoff atmosphere? I missed it. All I seen was Shaheed dancing around. Did he return another kick? Okay, it was a throw, obviously. But Shaheed showing out. So now they're going to go for two to tie the game. I got to see this play. All right, what are we going to get here? Ah, they missed it. They tried to throw like a bubble screen and it got knocked down or something. So it remains a 2-point lead. All of a sudden, that plus 1.5 is starting to come into play again. What a game. What a game. Incredible. What a game.
Al, this may be a backward pass. We need to get a good angle on it, but if it's backward, then this recovery in the clearing continued action in the end zone would be a good 2-point conversion for Seattle. All right, now here's your look, Terry, right here. That would be. It's from the point of release to the point it's touched by the defensive player. Right. And then picked up by the Seahawks after they thought the play was over. It was Charbonnet who's picking up the ball in the end zone. And apparently they're looking at this, but from the moment they're lined up to kick off. Another hook. Ruling on the field completed. Incomplete is under further review. Well, Terry, you're on top of the thing. That's exactly what they're looking for. And wouldn't that be the craziest thing? Continuous action here. Charbonnet did pick up the ball in the end zone. So Brad Allen will put on the headset, check it out. I don't think anybody in the crowd has any idea what's going on right now. We probably wouldn't either.
It is a backwards pass. That's 100% a backwards pass.
And look, I think it looks backward there. Terry, we're going to bring you in one more time. What do you see? That last shot we showed from overhead, it's clearly backwards. Even if it was parallel, that would be considered backwards. So if we look at that overhead shot again, he releases it, and it clearly goes backward to the point of first touching it. And that's where the all. There's the recovery right there. That's where the clearing position continuing
I gotta correct that. It's a fucking tie game. Insane. Oh, off the hand of, who was that? Parkinson, and Stafford got blasted. Now it's 3rd and 8. The fact that this game is tied with 5.5 minutes to go is crazy. Football makes no sense. No, he's not going to make it. No. Nice try by Nakua, but he stopped about 3 yards short. And Seattle's going to get the ball back. Tie game. Insane. Football is insane. And here comes Rashid Shaheed again, the star of the night. I wouldn't kick it to him. Better kick it out of bounds. He kicked a directional kick, but he's fair catching it. What a game, man. Insanity. Now, all of a sudden, I'm feeling a little better about not putting the Rams in and submitting all 5 of my selections for Circa Week 16 because all of a sudden the confidence I was feeling back in the Rams is completely gone. That's got to be the most insane way for a 2-point try to be converted to tie a game I've ever seen. Just crazy. How is this game going to end? In a tie, that would be the chef's kiss, right? For this game to end in a tie. Oh, and now Darnold's off target on it with an open JSN. Second and 10. 4:43 on the clock. And that was Darnold. He put it outside They go with a screen to Walker, but he gets minimal gain on second down. So it's going to be about 3rd and 8. Ooh, helmet right into the ribs underneath his arm. No wonder why Matthew Stafford was grimacing. Oh boy. Jimmy G waiting in the wings. Oh, screen. No, they're not going to get it. They get the wide receiver screen to Jackson Smith and Jigba. He's short about 3 yards. And now the Rams are going to get a shot to win it in regulation. And I like my chances with Matthew Stafford on a game-winning drive and Puka Nacua. They need a big return here. Ball security is the most important thing, though. All right, he makes the fair catch. It around the, call it the 18-yard line. So 3 minutes and 19 seconds the Rams have to try to get in the field goal range here and win this game in regulation. Or score a touchdown, whichever, but they got 3 minutes and 19 seconds to score. You know it's loud in Seattle right now. Yep, there it is. Little underneath throw to the tight end. Just keep the ball moving. Keep gaining first downs. We'll say Stafford had plenty of time back there. The offensive line did a good job on that play. Nope, knocked it down. They would have had the first down. Kyron Williams was open. Dexter Lawrence with the big play. 3rd and 4 now. Oh, Ferguson wide open down the seam. And there's a flag on the play. What's the flag for? Helmet to helmet. Yeah. So they call a personal foul at the end of that play. Helmet to helmet contact. He did kind of launch himself. So I mean, he's trying to make the tackle, but he did lower the crown of his helmet into the head of the receiver. But what a play, man! Out and up, and he tripped. Yeah, he lost his balance. The linebacker's on Ferguson, and he loses his balance. Rams are now in field goal range. Oop, there's going to be a flag holding. Now you're on the fringe of field goal range. You can't lose any more yards. Yeah, it's definitely a hold. Parkinson with a short gain. You know he probably said something real offensive, either about him or about his brother or something. I'd say though, he doesn't seem like the kind of player you want to piss off because he's strong, so he can break tackles with the best of them. All right, so they're gonna run it again, make them use their timeouts. If they stop them here, you let it run down to the 2 minute warning. They kick the field goal and then kick off if they make it. If not, whatever. But you end up with like a minute and 50 and one timeout remaining for Seattle to potentially tie the game. And if they don't make the kick, then you're in real good shape to just get yourself in field goal range. So big play here, 3rd and 8. This is huge for Seattle's chances of staying in this game. They cannot let them watch the draw play. Oh, they're bringing the blitz on. All right, so now it's 4th and 8. They don't even get it down to the 2 minute warning. And they're going to probably kick the field goal, right? Yeah, here comes the field goal kicker. $48-yarder. And it's leaking out, and it's no good. No good. No good. Oh, my God. It was leaking out towards the end there. Leaking out towards the end there. And he doesn't get the kick. Mm. Seattle with 2 minutes. The 2 minute warning. A timeout. And all they need is a field goal. And they're going to have great field position off that missed long field goal. Yeah, they're on the 38-yard line. Nothing happening on that play, though. First down run play. And we hit the 2 minute warning. Rams still have 2 timeouts. I mean, this game has just been insane. Oh, we did get the touchdown to Barner. Oh, shit. That was a touchdown I missed. Damn, we hit our one of our anytime touchdown scores on AJ Barner. Nice. Let me see that. I got to check the box score. Oh, right. That was the touchdown I missed. I didn't even realize it was him. I thought it was Rashid Shaheed. Nice. Nice. Boy, a touchdown by Williams would be nice, but we're going to need overtime for that. So, but we'll take one. We'll take one. I didn't even realize we hit that. Second and 8. Oh my goodness! And Sam Darnold takes a sack. Wow. Big sack. Now it's third and long. Third and 17. And incredible. And it's the is it the 2-minute warning? No, somebody called timeout. The Rams must have called timeout. This has been one of the wildest Thursday night football games we've had all season. Definitely lived up to the hype. I'll give it that. Without a doubt. This has been entertaining as hell. I've never seen some of the shit that I saw in this game. And they knocked it down. So not only does Sam Darnold not complete the pass at all, they stopped the clock. Fourth and 17, and LA's going to get another shot at this. Incredible. Incredible. It's like the game between Tampa Bay and Atlanta. Like nobody wants to win or something. Mm. Ooh. So the Rams are backed up. They're at the 11. But all they need is a field goal. Minute 42. I think they got one timeout remaining. I mean, after the way that last drive went, that's all you could ask for is another shot at it. Mm. Got to be careful with the ball, though. No turnovers here. Another incomplete pass. Another stopped clock. Come on, LA. Win this damn game. What a catch by Nakua. What a catch by Nakua. I mean, I don't know if he mossed him, but he definitely went up over the top and caught it. What a catch. First down, Rams at about the 50. All right, they're at their own 39. Little much. And another incomplete pass. Minute and 6 to go. I thought that pass was a little bit longer than maybe it was. They're still not anywhere close to field goal range. So they got to get to about Seattle's 40, 39-yard line to have a shot at a field goal attempt. Somewhere in that range. So they need about 20 yards. 2nd and 10. Oh, did he? It was caught by Mumfield? He caught that? Wow. Then we have an injured Seahawk. Did he actually catch that? It looked like a contested catch. Yeah, so Seattle has to use their final timeout because of a down player, but he looked hurt. Like, yeah, Stafford's arm got hit. I can't. It looks like he caught it. So they gave him the first down. So they gave him a first down on that play. I thought it was 3rd and short. That's a big deal. A free timeout on a first down. The Seattle crowd's letting them know they don't agree with that one. That's for sure. So 1st and 10, minute and 2. Rams still have one timeout. Seattle out of timeouts, tied 30-30. And Stafford's communicating that he doesn't have the play. Or the game clock hasn't started yet. All right, so whatever the hell that was all about, I don't know. Breaking the mojo or whatever. Another incomplete pass. They still need. What, 15 yards or so to be comfortable with a field goal try. And another incomplete pass off the hands of the receiver. 3rd and 10 now. You don't get the first down here, you have to punt, or you let the clock run out and you go to overtime. You can't have an incomplete pass though. Whatever this play is, the clock has to run one way or another. Oh, that's terrible. Incomplete pass, 4th and 10, and they're going to have to punt, and Seattle is going to have an opportunity to try to get this game, get in the field goal range. So Rashid Shaheed makes the fair catch at about the 14-yard line. Fresh chocolate chip cookie time. They got to make a decent. They got to make a decent amount of yards on this first play. All right, a nice little gain, but no timeouts, remember. Seattle clocks it. 29 seconds remaining. Still pretty ways away from getting in a field goal range, though. I mean, if they complete anything inbounds and get tackled inbounds, depending on if it's a first down or not, that could be game or at least regulation. And Darnold goes down with a sack, and that's probably going to take us to overtime. Free football, folks. We're going to overtime. Free football. So Seattle wins the toss and chooses to defer. So they'll have the second possession with an opportunity to potentially win the game with a field goal. And considering the Rams' offense has done absolutely nothing on the last couple of drives, it seems like a smart idea. You got overtime. Rams get the ball first. Now here's the kicker. Let's say the Rams do go down and score the touchdown, because they do get the Seattle will get a second possession or another possession, even if they score a touchdown. Oh, and that's a face mask too. If they throw 15 yards onto that, the Rams are on the other side of the 50 already. But they're calling holding on the Rams. Gross. Will Seattle go for two? If the Rams score the touchdown first, and Seattle, that's a killer, by the way, that penalty on that, what would have been an amazing kick return. LA's got to find their offense here. All right, there you go. Throw it to the best receiver in the game, basically. That's not great. Matthew Stafford 2-4 with the Rams in overtime, 6-8-1 in overtime overall. I can understand the losing record with the Lions, but you'd have thought they'd have better overtime record with the Rams. Nice play. Corum all the way back, goes all the way back around the field and finds Corum for a first down. Oh, dump it off to him. Oh, now he winds up and throws, and nobody's there. He had the tight end in the flat, but the pass rush got to him. Damn, if Stafford could have got it to them, that would have been a huge gain. And there's nobody even close to him. Getting loud in Seattle again. 2nd and 10. Ooh, he's going deep. And, oh, man, that should have been an interception. It's dropped by Love. There's a flag on the play. Is it going to be illegal contact on the... Yep, illegal contact on the defense. Automatic first down. That can't be it. So now they got a first or second down and 6 after the run. Uh-oh, they're calling that an interception. Deflected off of Blake Corum's hands. They're definitely going to have to check it, but let's see. Is it an interception? This will be a better view because it definitely hits the ground. Nope. That would have been an amazing interception, but it hit the ground and the ball moved, so it's got to be an incomplete pass. We still have life on our Rams play. It's still 3rd and 10 though. I mean, it was a great try, but it's if you're gonna call balls and strikes, you got to call balls and strikes, and that's not an interception. It was close though. It was close. 3rd and 6. I'm sorry, not 3rd and 10. 3rd and 6. So they spread them out. 4 receivers set. Ooh, Matthew Stafford almost. He got drilled. There's a flag on the play. Nakua with the catch in the first down. Are they going to call illegal formation or something? Ooh, offsides on the defense. Decline, and it's a first down, LA. Puka Nakua with the diving catch. All right. Rams with a running play on first down, minimal gain, 1 yard gain there. 2nd and 9 now. They're not in any safe water right now. Chewing this clock up though, I will say that. They're trying not to leave any time on the clock for Seattle. Oh, and there's Nakua, and that's a touchdown, ladies and gentlemen. That is a touchdown, Rams. Touchdown. What a play. But it does leave time on the clock for Seattle to respond. What a play. Just a crossing route, man. Nakua grabs it and just... Man, what a play. All right. Seattle's chance now. Will they go for 2? If they score a touchdown. Yeah, whatever that guy, that defensive back rookie said, he should have kept it to himself because he think he pissed Nakua off. It's like that the Incredible Hulk, don't make me angry. You won't like me when I'm angry. Be sure to join us on Saturday for the selection show. We'll have our 5 picks for week 16 of the NFL football contest, and we'll also have where we are in the top 5, and we'll see who the 10 remaining survivor entries select. We've got confirmation on a few, including one who says they're using the Saints. Brave. I don't know what other options they have. We have it available to us. I know the name of the entry, so Caveman. Caveman 6470 said they are using the New Orleans Saints this week. Who else do they have available to them? Tampa Bay. I mean, you've got Minnesota, Dallas, Carolina, Atlanta. They are going with New Orleans. Did he catch that? He caught that. What a catch by Jackson Smith and Jigba along the sideline. Man, his teams are going back and forth, back and forth. But yeah, so I don't know. I know Caveman said they're going with New Orleans, that entry, which is brave. Everybody has New Orleans available to them according to this chart here. But it seems like, I don't know, maybe there's some other options. Dallas, maybe. I mean, I know the Chargers are a tough out. Watch it, Sammy. You better throw it away. Who else? I mean, it really is probably the safest option. I like New Orleans to win that game. But I don't know about the spread. Would it be in 5.5 and all? What a game. 2nd and 10 now. 2nd and 10. Pass interference. Automatic first down. Forbes Jr. grabbing on JSN. Even when he doesn't catch the ball, he's still affecting the game. Oh yeah. All right, yep, they're at the 39 of LA. We saw this similar situation on Sunday Night Football, though, when the Chargers made the interception at the goal line. There we go. Walker. Nice little gain on first down. Gets upended. 2nd and 8. Oh, Cooper Kupp with a great catch along the sideline. Darnold dropped it in a bucket. As the rush was coming too, like Sam Darnold stood in the pocket, took the big hit. Cooper Kupp with a great catch, 1 foot, drags the toes. He's got great field awareness. Cooper Kupp, he always has. He's always aware of where the sideline is. All right, Darnold, little check down to Charbonnet, not much there, but avoids taking a loss. Obviously, 4 down territory here for the Seahawks to score this touchdown. So, it's very prophetic for me to have talked earlier in the show about the spread being 1.5 and the way the math was playing out. That this game could very well be decided by 1 or 2 points. And we're really getting into that area again here. All right, so they move it down a little bit closer now. It's about 3rd and 3. Seattle can get the first down without scoring a touchdown here. So with 3 minutes and 39 seconds to go, plenty of time here. Yeah, Seattle needs to win this game. Tying this game doesn't do anything for them. They really need to win this one. And they're going to run it on 3rd and 3, and they get the first down. Charbonnet with a great run, and they're down to about the 3-yard line. Oh, I want him to score just so I can see if he's going to have the guts to go for 2 here. All right, somebody's calling timeout. Los Angeles calling timeout. 1st and goal. 1st and goal. The 3-yard line. What a game, ladies and gentlemen. What a game. If you're not a fan of either one of these franchises, I mean, isn't this just the best football? Like, I know it's been a wacky game. The 2-point conversion obviously will go down in history as one of the weirdest plays ever seen in football. But I mean, I love when people are like, it's scripted, it's scripted. How the fuck do you script something like that? Like, they literally had to have an overhead shot of that throw just to show that it did go backwards, which made it a backwards pass, which made it a fumble. How they advanced it and were able to recover it, I thought you couldn't advance a fumble, but I guess, I don't know. I guess it's a backwards pass. And we have a touchdown, ladies and gentlemen. Jackson Smith and Jigba with the touchdown. And it is 37-36. Will we see them go for 2 here? Will we see them go for 2? They're lining up for it. They are lining up for it. They're they're 2-point tries. They got one. The other one was garbage, and the play itself that they called last time was garbage. But they're gonna go for 2 here in the win. They are gonna go for 2 here in the win. You got to call timeout if you're Seattle. You have to, yeah. You got to call timeout here. Line up. Let's see your front. So, okay, Los Angeles called the timeout. What a battle between Nakua and JSN. JSN didn't do anything in the first half. Second half, he's been lights out. 8 receptions, 96 yards, and a touchdown. All that was in the second half. Wow. All right, here we go. They're lining up for it. They are going to go for 2. One play for all of it. All right, now Seattle's going to call timeout because they look confused. Yeah, they looked confused. Smart timeout. I don't want to see the I don't want to see the ESPN thing because it's gonna be ahead of the score, ahead of the television. All right, no more timeouts. Can't call back-to-back timeouts. This is go time. Cup and Jigba to the right. Barner, they bring Charbonnet to the backfield. Barner in motion. You got to throw it to somebody. Oh, and they got it. They got it. Incredible. Somehow, some way, the home team comes all the way back and wins it by 1 point. 1 point. The spread mattered. If you took the Rams plus 1.5, you're a winner. If you took the Seahawks minus 1.5, you're a loser. Oh my goodness. What a way for this game to end. What a way for this game to end. 38-37. Was it tipped? And it still made it through? Incredible. What a game. What a game. Well, everyone, again, we will be live on Saturday. Is it touched? No, it doesn't get touched. Close, though. What a pass. Oh, Sauerbert. Yep. Chip blocks and then releases. Wide open over the middle. All right, everyone. Thank you for joining the live stream. Be back on Saturday for the contest selection show during the Chicago Bears Packers afternoon game on Saturday. We'll have the NFL contest show on YouTube. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Hope you had a winner tonight. To everyone out there, have a good one. Take care of yourselves.